Hey, it's Coach Calloway. This is lesson number 3 in our video playbook series on the play we call Quake. Quake is a part of our quick game passing concept, and there's 2 additional lessons to this one, Quake Basic and lesson number 2, Quake versus different coverages. I want to encourage you to go watch those 2 lessons as well, but today's lesson is lesson number 3 in the Quake series called Quake Advanced, where we get down into detail and really talk about how to run the play Quake using audibles, how to run it out of various formations, how to run it using motions, and how to run it using play action look. Can't wait to get to it, but real quick, before we get done, make sure that you give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down and like the video if you like the lesson today, and leave us a brief comment. Your comments mean a lot to us, and we want to know how we're doing here at Callaway Football. So let's get to the lesson today. Roll the intro. All right, coaches, this is the Callaway Football Video Playbook. This is the Quake series of lessons. This is lesson 3 in the Quake series. It's a lesson that we call Quake Advanced. As I mentioned, there's 3 lessons in the Quake series. We have Quake Basic. That's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 was Quake versus different coverages. And today's lesson, as I mentioned, is Quake Advanced, where we're going to cover how to run the play Quake. First off with audibles from the line of scrimmage. Then we're going to look at how to run Quake out of different formations, using motions, using tags, and play action. So the pass protection that we use on our quick game is our 90 or 91 series pass protection. 91 is a slide to the left since it's an odd number. So you'll see here in the diagram on the left that when we call 91 pass protection, which we do with Quake, our offensive line will slide left and our running back lines up opposite that call to the right side of the quarterback. He is checking for B-gap blitzer or pressure or outside edge pressure. So anything that threatens the quarterback in this area, like a linebacker, he will have to pick up pass protection responsibility first, and then he'll slip out into the check down if he doesn't have any threat to the quarterback. The 90 series is just flip it. That means we're sliding our offensive line to the right, and the running back is lined up opposite that to the left, again looking for any B-gap threat or outside edge rusher that may threaten the quarterback. And again, he has pass protection responsibility first and check down second. So the inside receivers, if you watch the basic lesson, you know our inside wide receivers are H and Y. They run a 3 to 5 yard speed out, and our outside wide receivers, our X and our Z, run the vertical route. And as I just mentioned, that running back has pass protection to check down. So let's discuss audibles. I encourage you to allow your quarterback to audible at the line of scrimmage if he gets a defensive look that he really likes. So we're going to talk about hand signals and give that quarterback the ability to change the play. So let's go take a look at some video of our quarterback audibling to a Quake during an actual game. All right, look at number 13. We've got the circle around him. He has walked up in the interior showing blitz, inside pressure blitz. So our quarterback's going to audible the play. You'll notice I'm put the circle around the quarterback. Watch his hands here. He's giving the hand signal out to the receivers that we're changing the play to Quake. Then 13 does back out of the blitz and loosens up. But because of the inside leverage, our quarterback's going to stay with the change. And he throws the Quake rat out here. And we got a good route, a good catch, and we get about a 15-yard gain out of it because our quarterback's able to change the play. All right, now let's talk about Quake running it out of different formations. So let's take a look at this screenshot first. This was a game where we had the team that we're playing here in white running a man-2 defensive scheme. So we've got man across the board here, all the way across the board, and there's 2 deep safeties that's not in the picture here. Obviously, with this box, with like a 4-1 box, we may just audible to a run might be the thing to do there. But we're going to talk about how to attack this particular defense and stay with Quake. So right here at the bottom of the screen where you see the circle, this outside linebacker has walked up. He's got man coverage on our H wide receiver here. So we don't really like this particular look because we were getting jammed at the line here by this particular linebacker, and it was hard for our receiver, our smaller receiver, to get off the line. So what we did to combat that particular defensive scheme is we went to a different formation called ace tight. So in the diagram here, this is 8 tight, 91 Quake, and our tight formation just brings our slot receivers in tight. So we get them off of the hash, we bring them in, so we move that H in here, tight up against our tackle, just an offset off of our tackle, as well as the other side, the wide receiver came off the hash mark and came in tight. So this is ace tight. Here's what it looked like on the field once we made the adjustment. So now you can see our Y here and our H here is in an ace tight formation. And you see here now this number 45, this linebacker that has our H man-to-man, as well as the linebacker on the other side who has our Y man-to-man. Now we've got plenty of space here and what I call leverage or grass to work with. The defender can't get his hands on our receiver, and we like our matchup right here with our smaller, quicker receiver on this bigger linebacker out of this formation. So let's roll the video and take a look at what it looked like. All right, here's what it looks like on video. You can see the H had plenty of room to work right there in that tight formation. Makes a good catch, breaks a tackle, gets an extra 5 or 6 yards for us out of the play. Now let's change here and just look at it against a man-free look where we stay in our normal ace. It's not the tight formation. So we like our matchup out here with our Y receiver to the right side of the formation, even though they're playing man in this particular situation because of the size difference. So we're going to stay with this ace, and we're going to run the Quake. You can see the big receiver gets separation right there, makes a nice reception. This next look, we like our matchup out on the left side, out there with our X. You see the circle around the X. We really like this matchup, so we're going to go ahead and take the vertical shot here out of the play Quake. So the quarterback's going to take the snap here. He's going to get set, and he's going to float the ball to his outside back shoulder. Perfect throw, nice catch, and a big gain for us on Quake. All right, let's talk about running Quake out of different formations than the ace tight that we just looked at. We also can run it out of what we call stack in or stack. This is a diagram of stack in, 91 Quake. So stack in, we bring our outside receivers in, and we stack our X and our H to the left, and we stack our Z and our Y to the right. But again, stack in brings our outside receivers in, and we stack them. So this gives us an advantage against man coverage. It really puts a lot of pressure on these two defenders right here because we're stacked. And we've got both receivers coming off the line at the same time with the outside receivers going vertical and then that inside receiver kind of trailing and using those outside receivers really as kind of a pick to get out into the speed out. So we like stack in against man coverage. We also like running it out of our trips formation where you can run it out of Jag. 91, again, is a pass protection, so Jag 91 Quake. Now, we have a rule with our trips package that unless we tag a receiver when we're in our trips formation and it's a two-man combo route like Quake is, so we have the vertical and the speed out is the two-man combo route, we tell our number 3 receiver on the trip side that he goes to the same landmark that he would have if he were lined up on the left side. So we still have a two-man combo route on this side of the field. Again, our number 3 receiver rule out of trips is still has the same route and the same landmark as if he was the number 2 receiver to the opposite side of the ball. So this is what it would look like being run out of our Jag formation. We can also use tags. I think tags are really important to be able to use. So we can call Jag 91 Quake, and we can tag our Y. You can see up here in the play box that if we tag our Y, we can tag our Y with a vertical route. We can tag our Y with a post route. We can tag our Y with a sail route based on the types of defensive coverages that we're getting and the way that the opponent is playing us. We might tag it. So we'll go Jag instead of having the default of getting to that outside landmark. We will tag him so he can go vertical, or we can tag him to go post, or we can tag him to run a sail route with this combo of the speed out and the vertical. So using tags can certainly give you the advantage and put a lot of pressure on the defense. So in this particular look here, where they've got a free safety, maybe a cover 2 type look, and we can send this guy vertical down the hash, and we can send our outside receiver vertical down the hash, and it puts a ton of pressure on this deep half safety right here. Which vertical is he going to cover? So typically defenses obviously will roll this safety, will probably roll over the outside receiver, and this Mike linebacker would maybe drop into the middle of the field and pick up the post or try to get to this hash, or they could potentially use this hole defender to come out and try to jam that guy as well. But using tags based on the defensive looks that you get can give you certainly give you a nice advantage. We can also use play action. So our play action call, we use PAR for play action right, or PAL, P-A-L, for play action left. So in this diagram, we're looking at our orange formation, PAR, play action right, Quake is how we would call it in. And so we were going to fake the play action right here. So in our orange formation, we're kind of in a 3 receiver set here, but our running back, it's really a 2-back set for us. And our F here, our tailback or our running back, is going to give us a good play action look right here. and our H is going to give us a run look as well. And then, of course, we're running Quake out here to the right with our Y running that 3 to 5 yard speed out, and this Z running the vertical. So we're going to hold these linebackers and these safeties in tight with this play action look, and the quarterback's going to have a nice option right out here. And if we like our single matchup on the weak side, on the single receiver side, we may take a vertical shot. But really, in the play action, we're trying to hold these linebackers for a count and get this guy out in the flats and free. Orange par Quake H post. We're using a tag here, so we're telling our H, instead of just giving the run look, we are going to fake the play action right here with the F, but we're telling our H to not stay in and block. We're telling him to release and get into a post route, so we've tagged the H with a post, and again, we're getting a few different options out of the play action game as we run Quake. And then jag left, H move, 91 Quake, puts our H in motion. So right here, it's a look that we've gone jag left, meaning we're tripped to the left. We've got an H move call, so pre-snap, our H is going to get on the move and go in motion and basically be able to hit this landmark, accelerating with a quicker tempo and a little bit more speed to this. So it's going to put a lot of pressure on this outside linebacker or the safety, whoever has responsibility. Most likely it's this outside linebacker here. But as we got some motion going, we've got a little tempo here, and at the snap of the ball, we're accelerating and getting this speed out. It really makes it difficult for this whole defender to pick up a moving target with the motion. So we can usually get a good 3 to 5 yard completion right here, and if he breaks a tackle, he can get up the sideline and get a big gain for us. So we like running it out of motion as well. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. That was great information on the play we call Quake. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you go ahead and hit that like button and click that you like the video, and take just a moment and leave a comment, even a short comment. We want to engage and hear from you. It's really important to us, and we hope you'll do that for us. If you haven't done so already, head out to our YouTube channel and make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called the Callaway Football Network. So when you get out to YouTube, you can just search Callaway Football Network, and when you land on our homepage, hit that red subscribe button, and don't miss any of the free content we're publishing on our YouTube channel. If you haven't followed us on Twitter, make sure you do that at Callaway FB. That's our Twitter handle, and Facebook.com/Callaway Football. We appreciate your time, and until next time, I hope to see you on the field.